taken. Let me also, in fact, at this point, join Maneka Gandhi, former Union Minister, who's also joining us on the broadcast as well. Maneka Gandhi, appreciate you speaking with NewsX. Your first reaction to this big Supreme Court order today. What did you make of this review order?
Well, I'm relieved. The court has decided in a scientific, balanced and sane manner, and it has brought great relief all across the country. In this last 2 weeks, there has been a lot of confusion and chaos, with dogs being picked up at random by the Municipal Corporation of Delhi and by other cities like Chandigarh, various cities in Rajasthan. So it has been a trying time, and now fortunately this will put to rest any confusion.
Was this something you were hoping for, anticipating, expecting with regards to this order today? Of course, the hearing did happen a few days ago. The order was reserved and finally pronounced today. Was this as per your expectations and hopes?
Well, we were expecting something that would come out that would make our relationship with the animals on the street more humane, and I'm not disappointed.
Okay. Also, now you cited those examples from Chandigarh and Rajasthan. We have seen today, Maneka ji, the Supreme Court also say that this is now not going to be an issue just pertaining to the Delhi NCR region. There should be a policy now framed for pan-India. And they've directed all the other pending matters in the various other state high courts to also be transferred to the Supreme Court, and notice is issued to all the UTs and state governments across the country.
Yes, and that is important. There is already a policy called the ABC policy that exists for pan-India, but it has been interpreted in many, many ways across the country, with each Nagarpalika, each municipality doing its own thing and very often breaking the laws. For instance, the Animal Welfare Board specifically says that no ABC centers can be built in garbage dumps. But 3 ABC centers that I know of have been built right in the middle of a garbage dump. So one is this relocation. This relocation drive that is conducted is at the root of all the problem. And now the Supreme Court order has been very specific that dogs, when they are picked up from a place, will be returned to that place. And that will guarantee that bites don't take place.
Okay. However, of course, there is a distinction.
There is one grey area left.
Yes, please go ahead.
There is one grey area where they have said that aggressive dogs.
I was just going to ask you that, yes.
Will not be returned. Now this word, yes, the word aggressive is now open to interpretation. We have people who say that dogs who sit on scooters and bite the rec scene are aggressive. People who run, dogs that run behind cars are aggressive. Dogs that show their teeth but don't do anything else are aggressive. Mothers who protect their children are aggressive. So the word aggressive has to be decided by the Supreme Court on what constitutes aggression. For instance, you own a pet dog and you fall over the dog while it's asleep and the dog nips you. Is the dog aggressive? Should he be immediately surrendered? So the word aggression has to be dealt with. Regarding rabies, I agree with the Supreme Court that rabies dogs cannot be returned, obviously. It's a very dangerous disease. They have to be kept until they are put to sleep or till they die of natural causes. But again, the ABC rules are specific. Doctors have to verify whether a dog is aggressive, is rabid or not, because there are clear signs for it.
Yes. Now we have to, of course, read the order, because sometimes the fine details are in the in the print, which will come out of the order very, very shortly. Whether that aggressive dogs definition has been put in detail in the order or not. because there are those, and victims of dog bites as well, who will argue that if a dog has a track record, Maneka ji, of biting, then that dog should not be released back either.
That is an aggressive dog. No, that is an aggressive dog. Absolutely, we agree. There's no argument on that. But the word aggressive has been so misinterpreted.
Okay. Are you also
that
hopeful then that this...
get a clear ruling on this.
Yes, yes. You would like a clear definition on this. But would you also hope that this sterilization also now, which will happen, as the Supreme Court has said, of all dogs for now in Delhi NCR, also happens in a systematic and proper manner?
For that, the municipal corporation, which is running the worst shelters possible, the worst ABC centers possible, will have to pull up its socks, repair all the ABC centers, give them drainage systems, give them isolation chambers, give them CCTVs, give them many more rooms. These are at the moment garbage dumps reconverted. So the MCD will have to pull up its socks. You know, they have discovered that in the last week, what were they doing? Under the guise of saying that we are picking up all the dogs and putting them to, giving them to ABC and pretending that these dogs were aggressive, what they were actually doing was putting them into the Yamuna floodplains. Now, if a dog is aggressive and if it's a danger to society, what on earth were you doing leaving it in the Yamuna floodplains, where a dog will immediately go back into the colonies? So MCD must stop lying, fudging, misusing money, stealing it, and put it into the program. One of the good things that has happened in the last week is that the Government of India has announced in Parliament, the Ministry for Animal Husbandry, that finally they're putting in 2,500 crores into this program. For the last 25 years, they've put in zero. So this has been a great gain.
Yes, the Supreme Court has also urged, for animal lovers to come forth and adopt some of these dogs. Do you believe that's a campaign that should also be popularized on adoption?
I'm saying the first thing that should happen is that all pet shops, which were banned by this government in 2018, should be shut down and only allowed to sell goods and not live animals. That will be the first step. The second step is then people who want dogs will automatically take indie dogs.
Okay. My final question then to you, when we spoke to you after that original judgment, you were of course disappointed with it and you had urged for a middle ground to be found, a sort of a solution.
I was horrified.
Do you believe that middle ground has been found today?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was confident that at the end of the day, the Government of India has made very scientific rules after a great deal of thought and a great deal of consultation with WHO. I was confident that these rules would prevail, and I'm happy to say that they have prevailed.
Okay. Maneka Gandhi, appreciate you joining us on NewsX with your perspective on this big story. My thanks to our other guests also who joined us earlier. On that note, we're taking a very short break. We're back on the other side with lots more.